From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Happy Friday to you all. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Thank you so much for joining us here. This is what? We're getting close to the weekend, right? We got one more work day, and then you can get to the weekend here. Now, we do have a warming trend over the next few days. You're going to notice it today. You're really going to notice it on Saturday. But we do have a bit of a cooling trend going into the second half of the weekend and early next week, and a chance for some showers. And we're starting to get a better handle on the timing of when that rain's going to come in here. But I do expect drier and warmer next week with that temperature roller coaster ride over the next 10 days. Kind of going up and down here. All right, so here's your Krueger's Quickcast for those of you that just want to head out the door this morning and know what to expect. Real quickly, here's a look at your forecast. Out the door this morning, you're looking at mainly sunny skies. Now, there's going to be some patchy fog along the coast, maybe even some of those inland valleys, but it's a cool start to the day, especially in the mountains, but not that bad in the valley with temperatures at 8 o'clock in the mid-40s. So here's what we've got going on. We've got high pressure, which is kind of building in. It's not a very prominent ridge. You can't really see it too clearly, but it is certainly what's going to be impacting our weather over the next few days. In the meantime, we're also tracking this area of low pressure right here. All of this activity is slowly moving in our direction, and that's what's going to drop our temperatures and eventually give us some showers too. But again, not till the second half of the weekend and really closer to Sunday night into Monday. A closer look at that in your deeper dive though. That's a little teaser, right? But there you can see here for today, I'm just going to put you all the way through the day and into even tonight. There may be a couple of passing high clouds, especially for the coast, but overall it's going to be a beautiful, dry, sunny day. Maybe head out to the ski park. Should be good to at least for the first half of the day. It gets a little slushy by the second half, but no new snow. Yeah, firm in the morning with that track powder too out there. Looks like the roads are fairly clear as well. Hey, by the way, for Saturday night into Sunday evening, there is a beach hazard statement for the coast. So just kind of a heads up on that, as we do have that risk for sneaker waves out along the coast here. All right, so here's what you can expect for today. Beautiful, beautiful day. Temperatures in the low 70s for the valley. We're talking 50s, even some 60s for the higher elevations. And looks like for the coast, not that bad either. Sunny skies. Temperatures mainly upper 50s to low 60s for your daytime highs. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast for the valley. All right, so what I've done here is I've included a chance for showers by late in the day. I think most of the weekend will be dry. You'll see increasing clouds on Sunday, but by Sunday evening into Sunday night, that rain begins to move in. Then you can see as we take you into your Tuesday, all the way into Thursday, we warm back up again. There's that roller coaster ride I was talking about. Now for the coast, I think you'll see showers probably sometime by the morning hours on Sunday, so through the day. That's also the case for the inland areas, and probably late morning, we see those showers for places like Trinity County. Some leftover showers Monday, but not a lot, and then we start to warm up going toward the middle and latter part of next week. For Mount Shasta, yeah, PM showers, but I do expect mainly dry conditions all day long for places like Modoc County and the Eastern Mountains on Sunday, but by Sunday night into Monday, there's the showers, and then we dry out and warm up as we go through next week. All right, that's Krueger's Quickcast. Hope you have yourselves a great day. Of course, you want to stick around though for the deeper dive, because we're going to go into your weekend forecast here in just a bit. But first, let's talk about this. It's a free Weather NorCal app I've had since Weather NorCal launched in June 20th of 2023, and this is the best source of weather information that you can find anywhere here in Northern California. Why? Because it's manned by me. I'm in charge of this app. I control what goes into this thing, and it's all about local forecast. That's what it's all about here at Weather NorCal. So just search for Weather NorCal in your app store, and you'll be good to go. All right, so here it is again. Can't really see it too clearly, but there is a bit of an arc in the clouds right here. And then we got this trough right here. That's what's been impacting our weather over the last several days. But as the high pressure settles in, we start to see much warmer temperatures and drier conditions too. This, though, that's what's coming in by the end of the weekend and early next week. All right, let's get you through your weekend forecast, shall we? And again, we've just got a couple of passing high clouds here throughout the day today. An absolutely gorgeous wrap up to your work week here for your Friday. Now we take you into your Saturday. You'll probably start off with some high clouds. You'll notice some high clouds kind of coming in Saturday morning. Those actually clear out by the afternoon before, yes, the next storm system begins to approach. So let's take a look at the timing of this. Now you can see here as we go into about 8 o'clock in the morning, we start to see showers hitting the coast. So really, to start off the day on Sunday, places like Crescent City, even parts of Eureka may start to see some showers. We progress through the day, it's going to kind of stall out. It's going to take its time pushing eastward. So by noon, it's still mainly in Del Norte and Humboldt counties, right? But you're really not seeing much here for Trinity County just yet. But as we take it through the afternoon, it finally starts to kind of take a push to the east. And now we're seeing more rain and decent rain coming into Trinity County, western Siskiyou. But 5 p.m., still fairly dry for the valley, but we start to see some showers kind of kicking in western Siskiyou, central Siskiyou County. But to the east, you're completely dry as well all day long on Sunday. Then by Sunday night, this all pushes through and everyone's going to get in on that rain. But it'll probably die out a lot once it hits that coastal range. So through Sunday, I mean, look at how much rain we can expect through the day on Sunday. You're talking most likely about an inch in Eureka, more than that for Crescent City. And you can see those numbers start to get a little bit smaller, obviously, because it'll take longer for that rain to get there. But you get the idea that most of that rain is going to be to the west of the valley through the day on Sunday. So again, there it is, 5 p.m. Now, as we go into Sunday night, at about 10 p.m., now that heavier band of rain is actually east of the valley. So we're seeing some decent rain for parts of the valley. That then pushes off to the east on Monday, and really see how it kind of fizzles out as we do go into Monday morning. But through the day on Monday, you see we just have a little bit of leftover instability. I think there will be some better chances for some scattered showers for the mountains. Maybe the valley seeing that chance for showers Monday as well. And then by Tuesday, it dries out for most of us. However, Tuesday, there are going to be a couple of systems that will clip Northern California on Tuesday, giving the coast a chance for showers Tuesday of next week, and then another weak system coming in Thursday of next week, giving the coast a slight chance for showers. But otherwise, I think everyone should be dry through next week. So how much rain can we expect through Tuesday? This is looking at one of the longer range forecast models. Pretty good representation. What we saw on that first map of the rainfall totals is the bulk of the rain for the coast. Anything you see after that isn't going to be quite as significant. Now, for the valley, I think we could pick up anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. It's going to move through pretty quickly. Most of the rain we see in the valley will be Sunday night, early Monday morning, and once it pushes off to the east, we're just not going to see much after that. So yeah, it looked pretty impressive as it moved on through, but it's moving through fairly quickly and won't have a lot of time to really accumulate a lot of that rain. But we'll see. Overall, it's going to, like I say, it's going to mainly be impacting any of your outdoor plans overnight if you're going to be outside, say around 10 o'clock at night, right? So there you can see your temperature roller coaster ride, if you will, because look what's happening. As we go into Saturday, today and Saturday, there's that warmer air moving in. This, by the way, is the colder air that's been impacting us earlier this week. That's moving on out. This is what we have for today and tomorrow, warmer temperatures. But this is going to ride over that ridge and kind of flatten it. So our temperatures dip as we go into your Sunday and Monday. Now, as we go through next week, high pressure is going to build back in, but the center of that high pressure is off to our east. So yes, that's where the warmer air will be, but it is still going to be over us. So temperatures will increase as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But by the end of next week, we've got another trough of low pressure that's going to approach. It's going to bring us some colder air. Now, we're kind of in the borderline of where some of that rain will be and where the rain won't be. So as of right now, it's not looking all that promising for much rain by the end of next week, but stay tuned because that could change as we kind of get closer to the end of next week. But in the meantime, look at that roller coaster ride for Redding in particular, up as we go to the first part of the weekend, down by the second half of the weekend, early next week, back up by the middle of next week, and then back down again. So a little kiddie roller coaster ride, if you will, over the next 10 days. No big surprise, it's pretty common this time of the year. Taking a look at your lake levels, still looking very healthy. Now, we're not quite getting that 1 to even 2 feet of elevation gain in 24-hour period, but still we're seeing that elevation gain, and now we're up to 91% of capacity for Lake Shasta and 89% out towards Lake Oroville. Taking a look at your wave heights, they're not an issue today. They're not going to be an issue on Saturday either, but by Saturday night into Sunday, this is what's going to be moving closer to us, and we see those higher wave heights as a result. But until then, beautiful conditions out there on the waters there. Northeast winds at about 5 knots. There's your high and your low tide. Sunrise, sunset, no advisories here for today. But we do have a beach hazard statement. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. The risk of sneaker waves. What are those? Well, everything looks great when you're out there looking at the ocean, but suddenly you get this big, large rush of water or wave that can catch you by surprise, especially if you're not paying attention, sweep you under your feet, and you're getting kind of dragged back into the ocean. It's a dangerous situation. So that is going to be for Saturday night through Sunday evening. So it's really kind of that Sunday event. Not a good day to be out on the beaches, but it's going to be raining anyways, right? So not the best time to be on the beach anyways. All right, so temperatures for Trinity County for your Friday are going to be the mid to even upper 60s. Out towards the north coast, 67 degrees for Blue Lake, 70 in Alder Point, 64 Eureka. I'm not going to go into the timing when we look at the 7-day forecast because we really went through that in really great detail in Futurecast, but you get the idea of what we're dealing with here. It's going to be today and tomorrow, beautiful weather for everyone, and in the coast, eventually seeing that rain by the time we get into your Sunday. But for Mount Shasta for your Friday, temperatures 60s, even Happy Camp getting up to about 71. 53 degrees for places like Canby, 53 in California Pines and Alturas today, a high of about 52 degrees. You're dry all weekend long for Modoc County. Eastern Mountains, you're dry both Saturday and Sunday. It's sun until Sunday night and Monday. You've got those showers moving on in. And for the valley to the south, temperatures in the low 70s for your daytime highs, 71 for Corning, 72 degrees for Willows. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast for Chico, it's warming up, then we're dropping back down again. I'd say by Sunday evening, we've got showers. By Monday, some scattered showers. So the heaviest rainfall will be Sunday night. All right, let's take you up to the north. You can see about 72 degrees for Redding, 67 for Lakehead and Whiskeytown, and 71 degrees out in Bella Vista. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast for Redding, and there you have it. Temperatures increasing. The chance for showers late in the day, Sunday, probably evening, really. Sunday night is the main event for the rain. Maybe a scattered shower Monday, but don't count on much. And then it looks like we are going to be looking at drier and warmer conditions as we take you through next week. That is your morning update. I'll be back again at noon. Until then, have a great morning.
Caltrans is doing the best that they can with the amount of people and the amount of equipment they have, and they're out there trying to keep the roads safe and trying to keep everybody running, because if the roads shut down, truck drivers that are paid by the miles aren't making any money. So we want everybody to put chains on for the safety of themselves and the safety of the public. It's not worth it to drive without chains.